what's up, y'all? This is Mgovia bringing y'all a video today to talk about Dwight Howard and LeBron James. And this topic came into my head because I was on the Operation Sports website. If y'all don't go on Operation Sports or use Operation Sports, you should, because it's a pretty cool website. They have a bunch of Madden, FIFA, NHL, MLB, pretty much any sports game. Just information, roster updates, stuff. They have information like sliders and stuff like that. So I'll put the link to Operation Sports in the particular article that I will be referencing today in the description. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about who do you guys think will be the NBA's biggest villain this year? Because I know that Dwight Howard is not going to be necessarily the most loved player after leaving Orlando to team up with Kobe Bryant and Steve Nash in Los Angeles. And looking at the differences in the two, well, first let's look at the similarities. LeBron James and Dwight Howard had no choice in the cities that they went to. LeBron James was Ohio's savior, Ohio's golden boy, Ohio's golden child. So I guess he was more than likely more satisfied with going to Cleveland than Dwight Howard was going to Orlando, because Dwight Howard is from Atlanta. So in that regard, they didn't choose where they went, but Dwight Howard was probably less happy where he ended up than LeBron. Was probably less happy than LeBron James in terms of where he got drafted and things like that. Now let's look at the breakup. I'm pretty much just looking at the article and summarizing what it says and giving my own opinion. So when they left, LeBron James was all from Ohio and all that, and it wasn't like he asked to be traded. Like he just left in free agency. So Cleveland got nothing for him. And at least when Dwight Howard left, he got he let the Magic get something. It wasn't just a free agency leave, it was an actual trade. So they weren't left empty-handed completely. Some people would say that they were left completely empty-handed, but technically they weren't. So in that regard, Dwight Howard is probably not as bad of a guy. They pretty much both gave their hearts, their souls to their teams. They gave everything except the championship. I guess you could say that towards the latter stages of before they got traded, in both cases actually, they kind of just tapered off a little bit, I guess, in terms of their effort, with LeBron James against the Celtics in that last game, just kind of not giving as much effort as he normally does. And Dwight Howard this past season with the whole Stan Van Gundy drama, just seeming like he's not giving quite the amount of effort that he gave his whole career. And that's kind of understandable, because how would you play if you knew that you weren't going to be playing for that team the next season? You know what I'm saying? So they both pretty much had the same reason for leaving. They both just want to win a championship, and they did not feel that it was possible with the team that they were at. And it seems like the team that was probably closest to making those changes was Cleveland. They were probably closest to winning a championship out of these two teams. I know Orlando made it to the finals as well, but it wasn't even close against the Los Angeles Lakers. But when Cleveland made it, it wasn't really close either. But it seemed like in those next years when they had the NBA best record in 2007 or 2008, it really did seem like they could have won the championship and made a run at it. But it was pretty much on LeBron James, to be honest, because at some point he had the team that was good enough to at least make it to the finals after that Spurs loss. But I would say that LeBron probably had a better chance of winning it all, which is kind of why it probably hurt Cleveland fans more that he left. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say in terms of that. But now I'll give my opinion on who I think will be the most hated player in the NBA this year. I still think that LeBron James will be not the most hated, but more hated than Dwight Howard. Even though he won his championship and people idolize him more now than they did before when he was on Miami and didn't win a championship. I don't know. It's just LeBron James, when he played for Cleveland, was an iconic player more than championships. I know that kind of sounds stupid because everything's about championships when it comes to sports, but it was like almost like a commercial thing. Like it was such a big deal. I can't really put it into words right now, but it was just a big deal when he played for Cleveland. It's like iconic, like Michael Jordan on the Bulls. And when he left, it was like seeing Michael Jordan in a a Portland Trailblazers jersey, playing with Clyde Drexler or something, just to make a nice little analogy or correlation right there. But I don't think Dwight Howard will be that hated because it's not like his team was that great. You can't blame the man for wanting to leave because his team was not that great. And I respect his decision for leaving. LeBron James, I respect his decision as well, just because he just wanted to win a championship. But in terms of how the public views these two decisions, I think they will definitely hate LeBron James more this season than Dwight Howard. And I just think that because LeBron James has teamed up with another superstar, not to say at all by any means that Dwight Howard did not team up with two superstars, but I don't know. It just seems like LeBron James is more hated than Dwight Howard. I think he'll be more hated. Dwight Howard, I don't even think he will be that hated, but leave your thoughts in the comments. If you think Dwight Howard will be more hated, definitely leave that in the comments and leave why you think that. You know, support your evidence. And I really just think it'll be LeBron James. But if there's other people that think it'll be Dwight Howard, I want you to try and convince me. Because if you can convince me, that'd be pretty cool. But anyways, thanks for watching, y'all. This has been MGovier. I'll have the link to the article in the description because it's a pretty cool article. You should read it. And I'm out of here, y'all. Deuces. Stay lavish. And the